If you wanna give all your bands up, not me, I'ma get me a land truck. 720, my minimum credit score. If you know what I know, you can better yours. Financial literacy. Financial literacy. Financial literacy. Financial literacy.
Credit? I ain't spending no debit. Wow, that's stupid. Rather get paid if I use it. Financial literacy, my only hope. Ain't living rich and dying broke. So
welcome to 4 Hour Culture Podcast, where we go in depth with entrepreneurs and have major conversations about leaders in the entrepreneur space in this industry. Today, we have the pleasure of speaking with Kendra, Cathey, $1 Million Ace on the gram, who's well known in the credit and funding industry space. We're gonna start off with an introduction. Who is Kendra Cathey? You know what I mean? Tell us a little about yourself. And Noel, do you want to say anything before we get started?
I'm just excited. I mean, this is the beginning of it all. And we tapping in with a major player in the game, in the space.
Major player right here, huh?
Right. For all culture, recession proof.
So tell us a little bit about who is Kendra Cathey.
So my name is Kendra Cathey. Call me Ace because my Instagram name $1 Million Ace. So
Okay.
Entrepreneurs build, restore, and leverage their credit, invest in the different income streams, grow their business, scale their business, build a different income stream so that they can get back control over their time and financial freedom. So that's a little bit about myself, but besides, just the regular political thing, and what my real duty or what my real purpose is just to show people and give people exposure to the world of financial literacy, right? Because a lot of times, from where I come from, like, it's very limited. Either you go to jail or you in the streets or you go to college, right? So people not understand the business and not understand the entrepreneurship and how it can really change your life is something that I really want to change and just start to just educate more people, especially younger Black people. So that's, without all the fancy title and accolades, that's what I really wake up with a purpose to do every day.
That's your passion. That's what's up. That's the same here, and it's real. Like, what part of the country you at right now, currently?
So I'm from Atlanta.
Okay. We from PA. We in Philly. So trust, we know how it is. Yeah. We know how it is out there when you talk about the youth, and they really need to understand what's really going on here. Like, if they they set it up for us not to know, because they need some work. They need workers. I ain't gonna hold, like, it's workers and there's bosses out here. There's nothing wrong with being either or. You know what I mean? But imagine if we was taught that in like the 8th to the 12th grade or whatever. How many?
Yeah, and then the thing about I'm never gonna teach it because banks make money off people with bad credit. So if everybody was financially literate, then it wouldn't really be a place for banking. It wouldn't be a place for the whole work 40 years. And then there are different avenues to going to school. It's different avenues and working on $15 hour jobs. And unfortunately, it's not going to be taught because they're the specific social mechanism that they want people to follow, right? Which is, we heard it, grow up, go to school, get a degree, 40 years, retire, live on your retirement, right? But what people have to understand is that specific path is what was for the last generation. This specific path, where you're exposed to new opportunities, avenues, and new ways, you have to be courageous enough to adapt that. So I just want to tell people, unfortunately, school doesn't teach us, but you have access to the internet. No, you don't. Everybody's like, oh, people always charging for coaching, YouTube is free, books are free. Just educate yourself on what's out here, on what you can do to progress you and your family. Like, anything that you want out here, you can have.
But what you think, Louise?
How long have you been in the industry?
About a little bit over 3 years.
Gotcha. Okay. Who would you say are your top 3 mentors?
My top 3 mentors for business credit would be Iron Richard, for just business period, and then for like business marketing and the financial literacy space, it'll be Marcus Barney.
Big him. Who was the first two? You was cutting out, Queen. Who was the first two?
Oh, so the first one for business credit would be Iron Richards. The second for business period, wealth building, is actually understand the business will be markets blending, and then for credit, market understanding how big you can play in the financial literacy would definitely be him 500.
Yeah, that's about right. That's about right. So to really get to know somebody, so what you listening to right now? What's on your playlist? Like what's on your Spotify? What albums you listening to right now? That's how you really know.
Like, well, for one, on the music side, I like Lil Baby, Jeezy, love Jay-Z, love
Okay.
Thug.
Okay.
That's
What was the last
but
podcast you listening to?
Alex Harmozy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
is that real estate or?
No, so Alex Harmozy is a business owner that teaches people how to scale their business up to like 3 to 100 billion. So I was listening to him on daily income producing activities, and then on your leisure, I was listening to somebody who was talking about marketing. I think her name was Ashley Ann.
Okay.
So, Miss Kendra, can you give me a brief summary of Kendra in October 2019 and Kendra in October 2022?
Kendra, October 2019. Oh man. I think that was when I was living in the hood. I think I was working in a strip club at that time. And I didn't really understand like credit finances, none of that. I was fast money type of living. And Kendra, October 2020, too, I think that was where I did over $250,000 in business itself. I
Damn.
had my credit 784. I was continuously working and developing myself and teaching myself business. So in those short time frames, I was intentional about creating a better life for myself. So it became in a way, not that I chose, but what God chose for me. So after I started learning about credit myself, I kind of started fixing other people's credit. And I started laddering my business. So I started with Creditrepair, then business credit, then business funding, then mentorship, then coaching. So I would say that even if you wanted to, like, say to somebody when they sitting right now and they listen to this, you got to see where do I want to be 6 months from now, 12 months from now. And you have to intentionally work every single day to create the stuff that you need to get there. You know what I'm saying? So I would say I have had a lot of growth in those short periods of time, but I'm definitely glad that I was able to learn and grow to the woman that I am today.
So that's what's up. Let's clap it up. Let's clap it up for the queen. Let's clap it up for the. Let's clap it up for the queen. A lot of women, a lot of men need to hear this too, man. Because you know what I mean. They out here risking their lives for these little quick little 500 packs and these little ounces and these 8 balls, and you know what I mean. You get your credit right, and you could change the whole dynamic of everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They could change the whole block for real. But they need people like you. They need people like for our
and then it's
culture.
also,
Go ahead, Queen.
and they need to understand business and what to do there. I think the reason a lot of people don't leave the streets is because they can't find the money that amounts to what it is they're already making. You know, so I tell people, like, you don't gotta hustle and save shoebox money to start a business. You can learn and get the right information and start a business if you're patient enough. So the more that people get dedicated to wanting to get out of that lifestyle and they start purposely building their credit, they'll have the money to fund whatever business venture that it is they need. But they don't know to do that if they haven't been exposed to it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's true. That is true. They keep it set up like, but that's why they need this for our culture. That's why they need for our culture. They need $1 million ace out here on the gram, stunting on them and showing them how you did it since you was 26. You said, I'm sorry,
No, I'm 23.
23.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah. I'm not.
we got that. Hold on. That's 23. Hold 23. 23. I was still in college. 10 up Philly. I was 10 Philly up. I was 10 north up at 23. I have a clue in my mind about no business, dog. So you got a long career ahead of you. That's what's up. What's up. So can you please give our audience, your social medias, your website, so if they wanted to tap into a 23-year-old entrepreneur that's out here really, really doing it, could you give our audience your socials and your websites or whatever?
So my Instagram is my name. It's Kendra Cathey. My It's Kendra Cathey. Well, my Instagram is $1 Million X, but if you type in my real name, KNDRCATHEY, and then
Okay.
if you did in business credit, personal credit, or business funding, go to nwcenterprise.com.
Ooh. She said business and personal. You really get busy.
Yeah.
You really do this, huh? You really do
Yeah.
this, huh?
Uh-huh.
She said, yes, you really do this. Right. But let's say later on, end of last year, what did you learn that's different now than that could change the game for somebody that's listening right now?
It's
If
easier
that
to
makes
LLCs to $250,000 than to get $1 million off of one LLC.
Multiple LLCs, you said?
Multiple LLCs, but on those multiple LLCs, you don't want to be on them. You want to hire somebody else on them, other registered agents. So you want to structure your company in Wyoming so that when they're researching the banks, your name doesn't appear on it.
Ooh, bars.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead, E.
All right. Metro 2 or consumer law?
I would say consumer law. Metro 2 is just unnecessarily complicated. And
Facts.
consumer law, you
Mm-hmm.
Miami or LA?
definitely Miami.
Okay. The S550 or the BMW 850?
S550.
I told you that's a big boy. Big body right there. Big body. All right, corporate credit versus or business credit. Corporate credit, non-PG, or business credit.
Business quicker. Corporate credit, it depends. What would be my goal for specific vehicle for funding? So with corporate credit, honestly, I like real credit. Like I like credit cards, I like business loans. All of that's gonna be PG anyway. So business credit for me. I'm not too much
Fact.
on. No, if I run off on the plug, it's gonna get on my credit yet.
Wow, facts. That's a big fact. That's big fact.
Be honest, a lot of people want to build corporate credit just so they can have credit that ain't attached to their social, they can run to the ground. Y'all messing up the game, okay?
They playing the game up, right?
All right. So Southwest or Delta?
Definitely Delta. Definitely. What kind of question is
All the points up to them all here. We all go, the whole family on Delta, everybody on there. They take everybody points. They take everything.
fine? Like, if they ain't got Delta, I ain't going.
You ain't going.
No.
All right. So
Delta comfort window seat, point blank, period. Like that's the only way I
from the rip, huh?
from the
From the
rip.
rip. Airbnb or event space?
Event space.
Airbnb, they shaking the game up right now, huh?
I mean, Airbnb, depending what marketing you in, it could be very saturated. So actually, now I'm in what could have been an Airbnb, but it's actually a content space. So they have multiple people come in here and rent out different like walls. So if you get 6 people in here and they rent it out, 200 hours, like that's 1,200 in a day versus off of the day. So definitely space less content house off rip, less maintenance. Maybe you got a higher startup cost here because we're using other people's money. So definitely event spaces and content spaces way more profitable, and everybody want to be a content creator. And I'm in Atlanta, so in Atlanta, Airbnb is saturated, but it's not enough content studios for content creators. So I would definitely do an event space that I.
Really
I heard
appreciate
they,
that.
I heard they passed some laws in Atlanta recently restricting the Airbnbs.
They tried to. Ain't nobody
They
applying
trying
that
to,
shit.
yeah.
Tried to. They had too much backlash. You can't tell somebody who got 20 Airbnbs like, oh, y'all can only have 2 now. One of them got to be your primary residence. Like everybody just bucking. They don't care, and they can't. How can you enforce that? It's so
Right.
Airbnbs in the city. Y'all barely have enough police to handle crime, let alone go around looking for Airbnb units. So
Right. And you getting your check every month. So you know what I mean? Like she about to
Cool.
bag. Love that.
Yeah.
You about to bag.
So how about this? Credit repair or business funding?
definitely business funding, bigger bag.
But all right, let me just stop right there. I get it. But if they ain't in position, you gotta do credit repair though.
But if you focus on business funding, you'll have credit repair people automatically because most people that want business, they could get it on their own. They wouldn't be coming to you. So most people that want business funding gonna have bad credit anyway.
But your main goal is business funding. So that's the main goal when you're going into the client. Like, listen, I want to get you the business funding, but if you're not there, and you fix credit too, so it's a win-win for you, huh? It's a hoop, huh?
I'm getting paid twice. Even if you don't go. So you'll get seriouser people that are trying to get business funding than just somebody that's just like, oh, I just want good credit. You know what I mean?
But you got to educate them though. So you be having you do educational podcasts like this to get the word out that you necessarily need to be focused on business credit if you're trying to get out of the rat race or the 9 to 5. You know what I mean? A lot of people, they just so stuck, they don't have a clue. Like, you know what I mean? Like you said, you're 23, you're out here crushing it, dog. Like, I'm in my 40s. If I had this game at 23, what? I'd have had every house in Philly, man. Dig me, man.
Everybody,
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
I get it. So, married life or single life?
Right now, being 23, I'm single life right now. But as I start to build and grow, I definitely want somebody I can share my life with and have kids. But I wouldn't bring a child into a broken home. But I know right now I don't have or the energy to get to nobody. So right now, it's single life. I'm outside.
Single life. Okay. I'm married though, so I'm married life. So I'm over here. I'm married life though.
So you should though. I think
supposed to be right.
Time build and travel and like imagine if you get married at 18. You never really, and that's why a lot of people marry young end up in because they never what's really
that's a fact.
Like how do I really like this person, or this is somebody that was available for me? Like as you start to grow, sometimes people grow out of their spouse. So I think you should take time and find yourself and build something, and then find somebody else or something, and then y'all build something together. You know what I mean? I think that's what your 20s for.
That's dope. That's super dope. And this is one of many that is coming out of the recession proof brand. Excuse me, the recession proof earners. Did I say it correctly? RPE?
RPE. Pennsylvania chapter.
I thought it was RPX. It's not RPX no more.
No, not anymore. No, it's just the merger. It's RPE, recession proof earners.
Yeah,
the remix.
Yeah, it's different, man. It's different, man. But I mean, we got another boss coming out of the community. So you guys definitely, if you definitely want to, network with people like this, check her out. Check out the RPE, family. The link is in the bio. It's I believe $97 per month. You know what I mean? You get all the game here, or if you want her to mentor you, you go tap in with the queen. She's definitely official. I ain't gonna hold you. So we got a few more questions for you, queen. We ain't gonna hold you up. You know what I mean? What's the top 5 financial literacy communities that you say is dope out here? If you got 5, it's 5, maybe 2 or 3. What do you think is
top 5
dope?
financial communities?
Yeah.
The top 5 financial it was recession proof. It was earn your leisure. So they don't have no competition that's on their level right now.
Ooh, nobody.
Market share over the financial literacy space, and I don't Kenny Conwell is still cool, but you gotta be recession. They do stuff on such a large scale. It's kind of
ain't nobody messing with them.
Got more money and more credit than a lot of people, so you can't look. We gonna be honest. I might tell you a joke, but I never tell you a lot.
Ain't nobody really doing it like them, dog. There's nobody out there.
They're not. I'll up here and say, oh, they got this. No, he merged with the only competitor that he had, and they wasn't even a competitor because they didn't have a community that recession proof was. But now they together, so now it's like they the big Wish I could just sit up here and be like, oh no, here go 5. Like, no. But that let me know how far to go if I take it, because he started at this place just like I did years probably 5 ago. So that type of stuff that was so I don't compare myself to me. I'm looking like, wow, this is really possible, because it's not like he got started in the game, like he built the shit too. So if he did it, can too, because can't nobody be me. You know what I mean? So
One more fire round question. Old lady gang or milk and honey?
old lady gang. I'm sorry. I mean, milk and honey is still good, but if I had to choose, I would definitely do old lady gang. You can't mess with them. Like, sorry, it's
Deviled
not so.
eggs. Them deviled eggs.
But old lady gang is like soul food and brunch. So you can't miss with old lady gang. Sorry.
I don't think I went there. I don't think I
You gotta go.
I gotta go.
You got. You have to go. Like.
Yeah, I went the old lady gang twice, and I hit milk and honey once.
Okay.
Old lady gang all day.
My folks sleep. He own milk and honey though. So you know what I mean. I got to shout out my Philly native. You did. You know what I mean. That's my Philly native. You know.
Yes.
So we about to wrap it up out of here, Queen. So are you going to Madison Square?
Definitely going.
Did you go to Vegas?
Oh, it was bomb. I went to every recession proof conference.
Wow.
Okay. So how long have you been with Recession Proof?
Since November 2020.
Okay.
2020. Oh, she was in there around when we got in there.
No, we hopped in 2021.
Okay. Oh, so you was in there when Herman when they originally started. They originally started the original dream team. What are your goals for 2023? What's your next goal? What you trying to hit?
Well, my goal for this year is to do $1 billion in revenue. I already did 500,000, so I know I can do. I want $1 billion in credit. Right now, I'm at 200, so probably having to go get some more LLCs, and I want to go get 2 rental properties and visit 5 countries. That's my goal to this year.
You want to visit 5 countries? Yeah. That's big. That's big. What's the top 3 influencers in your life? The top 3.
I don't got a top 3. I just got one, and that's God. I don't get influenced by a lot.
Woo! Nobody else get the praise but the Most High. Let's go. We gotta get it. Nobody else get the praise. Yeah, I'm ready. We come too far to get that shit to anybody else, dog. I feel you, homie.
So just a few more, and then we're gonna wrap it up.
Go ahead, King. Go ahead.
How has Recession Proof impacted your life?
So recession proof to me was kind of like the gateway into understanding and seeing what was possible. Because when I joined recession proof, like 2 weeks when I came in, it was a conference in Atlanta where you had like over $100 million in cars. You had every exotic car you could name. It was a lot of Black millionaires, people marketing. You know, people like, oh, I do e-com, I do real estate. They get it worth it. I didn't know it was possible. So being exposed to that network and being exposed to that level of people who were not only successful, they was Black successful, and they were, I built a lot of relationships in recession proof. So the network definitely has helped me. And it also was able to show me like how I could further myself in business, like legitly. So, cause I didn't know you could make that money legit. I ain't even gonna lie at the time. So I like for the exposure to thinking and being and acting at a higher level.
All right, we're gonna end the night off with this. Who would you like to work with that you haven't worked with yet?
I said I want to do Rick Ross's Boss Up Conference.
Ooh,
or I want to work with
Myron Golden. You said that's big. Yeah, that's huge.
It's more something where your business has to be in position to leverage the relationships that you can build in that room. You can't go in there and be like, oh, but you ain't got no team, you ain't got no setup, you ain't got stuff to interview. If I tell you to partner up with this company right now and I give you 10,000 leads, like that's what I like to call a money room, where them handshakes are millions. And if you're not in that position, you basically 25,000. Like, it ain't just to say, oh, I'm at Rick Ross' house. Like, nah, that's something where you could go meet another multimillionaire that's going to help you take your game to the next level, but they can't do that if you're not in position. So I'm not rushing it. I'm building myself, I'm building my brand up so that I can have something to bring to the table.
Fire. I appreciate y'all tapping in, man. Please go follow the Queen. Please, y'all, $1 million worth of game on For Our Culture, where we are here to sever those generational curses that everybody's been in, that you don't have an understanding of that you really can make it out. You don't have to sell coke. You don't have to be no drug dealer. You know, we all been there. We all came from the gut. But if you really want to tap in with some real high level, you know, entrepreneurs that is really doing it for our culture, is for you. Again, Queen, I really appreciate you. Is there anything else you want to let the audience know about you? You know, anything else that we didn't touch on that you want to relay or anything?
For Our Culture is the best podcast out right now for financial literacy. I appreciate you guys for having me.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, Queen. Appreciate you, dog. Can you touch that one? You gonna be the man
I'm coming. Let me tell you how we rockin' in the lab. Rib showing I can eat a whole slab. Tuned out, I forgot I didn't eat cause I'm so focused. Only see my vision in the doors that I'ma open. Better note that I'm the underrated monster. Showstopper with no Oscar, cause I don't gotta act to read prompters. All me certified, I got a flow that really open eyes. I show no love if I don't know them guys. My respect, you gotta earn it. Don't walk this bridge with me if later you try to burn it. If you beside me, then switch sides, then I'm turning. You iffy, I seen it in my past, yeah, I'm learning.